Do you think it just all depends on like what your first MMO was? Because I mean, I'll still go back and every once in a while just boot up and play Ultima Online on whatever new private server is there. But EverQuest, I just never played. I played beta. Like I played the whole beta, and I went back to Ultima Online because the graphics just weren't quite there for me yet. So
yeah, and that's what
I don't know
me,
right? If Al played it before, maybe he would still.
No. Now that being said, I actually got an invite to Ultima Online from one of our mere casuals. So he's still waiting for me to join that, but I'm like, I haven't touched that one yet.
It's a lot easier to get into. A lot easier. Like it's a weird top-down control mechanism. I'm sure you played games like it in the past where like Ultima, all of those were like that. Trying to think of other games. There were a bunch of games that were like that before 3D was real prevalent. RuneScape's, yeah, kind of like that too.
No, my experience with gaming, I did Hugo 2 Whodunit, and then I was off the computer for a long time, and then I met Josh, and he said, "Hey,
I don't even know what that is. What is Hugo?"
It's like one of those text things. You walk into a room and says, "Okay, I pet the dog."
Mud. Yeah,
I used to play MUDs. I used to play multi-user dungeon. Dungeons,
yeah.
I feel like that's
right. I think that's right.
Yeah, I used to play those on billboards on BBSs all the time.
Same. Yep.
In '92, I had a friend at university who was moderating billboards, and he actually go ahead, say you want to say. He actually got me hooked into billboards, but then he also got me moderator status. I had no idea what I was doing. And, it was 92. I was a kid. I was young. I was young then, Sam.
What were you into in 92, Sam?
A womb.
Probably no, I was out of the womb by then.
She was like 2.
I was 2.
She was old then.
Yeah. So there, I just remember that in the chat. I kept doing FTW to this girl in chat. And I had no idea what it meant. I thought it was something else, but I guess it was flowers.
FTW is for the win now, I think.
Yeah. I was like, no, okay.
What did you think?
I was waiting for something inappropriate because it was out there.
Oh, no, it wasn't appropriate that I thought it was.
Oh, what did you think it was?
I don't remember all the words now because I'm going FTW, but it's...
The
first
Did you ever do
word...
Prodigy?
It's DTF. DTF.
Yeah, the first word is the same as the end word of DTF. Word of DTF.
And the second words are the windmill. I'm going with the windmill.
Think a little more piratey in the bar.
Meaty.
Wench.
Oh, wench. I was like, what are you talking about? Okay. The wooden leg.
Actually, no, I don't remember what I thought W was. That was back in 92.
And this has been another episode of Dissecting Al's Mind.
Did you guys ever do Prodigy? Speaking of bulletin boards, I did a bunch of bulletin boards.
I loved season
Prodigy
1 and waiting for season 2.
Prodigy?
He's talking about Star Trek.
Oh, is that one of the Star Treks? Okay.
It is, yeah. No, I don't remember Prodigy. I don't remember the ones I used to play. I had a friend when I was in high school that ran a billboard and a bunch of us were on it and there was a bunch of those MUDs that we'd play, but I can't remember what any of them were called.
Can I ask a question?
What?
What's a billboard?
Okay, so back before it was a bulletin board system or bulletin board server. I don't remember exactly. Yeah.
Bulletin board.
But it was before the internet was what it is now. You would set up a bulletin board on your computer, right, as a server, and you'd have people call in dial-up to it.
Yep.
And you'd dial into your friend's computer, and you'd log into his page, and it was all text-based.
Okay.
And you could have games. They had MUDs. There was like these war games that you'd have.
They had people would do.
Yeah, you could exchange images and videos, stuff like that. It was basically like a website before websites were super common.
Okay.
And then,
so it's what us old people did back in the 90s.
So if I could, it was like a website, but instead of clicking to go there, you had to hang up from one and dial another.
And you'd use numbers, like there'd be menus. You'd use numbers to like go through the menus, and then like, it'd just be like 1 for this, 2 for this, 3 for this, then 0, 1 for exit, which would take you back to the previous screen. So it's literally just like it was super. But yeah, they'd have games. I got into it for pirating. Like I was a poor kid, and computer games were expensive, and pirating was awesome at that time.
Oh, pirating was so easy back then.
Yeah, like
just-
I mean,
Sick.
well now
no,
I
with
never
games,
pirate.
Yeah.
Like, but I pirated then because I couldn't afford it. Now I often overspend, like, and buy games that I'm not even like. I've got so many games of Steam I haven't even played, but I like to support now. But when I didn't have the means to, pirating was awesome.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone was pirating back in the 90s, though. We were all a bunch of pirates doing our billboards.
I like the freeware racks.
Yep, lots of freeware, lots of what was the other one? There's freeware, then
Shareware.
Shareware
was
like,
mostly like application programs, though.
Yeah,
and they
people here
hoped
speaking
that
my
you
language.
would pay. Yeah, they hoped you would pay, right? They was like,
here.
it's free, but we would appreciate
Send
the
us money if you
donation.
like. Yeah. I mean, hey, it works. Some companies got rich off of that stuff.
You guys are speaking my language. I'm bilingual. I speak English and old.
And me too. I mean, my dad was a huge into computer guy, so I had all the stuff before everybody else. But I was talking about Prodigy. I don't think you guys even know what I'm talking about. Like, America Online, right?
Yeah.
So Prodigy and America Online were the first graphical BBSs. So they were like the next step. You still dialed in, like, and you still like, but it wasn't on the internet yet, right? It was still just that budding time before the internet pops in. Or I shouldn't say internet, because the internet was there since the 70s. The internet's just the wires that run under the ground.
Yeah.
The World Wide Web is what started to come out in like the mid 90s and become like a normal thing.
Yeah. It wasn't that the internet wasn't there. It wasn't mainstream popular yet. It was mostly like universities sharing research kind of thing.
Yeah.
Those
The
of
World
us that
Wide
wanted
Web.
to, us gamers were using BBSs.
Yeah, the internet was created in case of war with the Soviet Union, and it was so we could communicate, and the wires were underground, so bombers and stuff wouldn't be able to take out like lines of communication easily, like a telephone line. So, but then Cold War ends, and they're like, well, what do we do with all this infrastructure? So they built the World Wide Web on top of it. It's interesting. Nice. Yeah, it's interesting history. So when Al Gore says
you probably remember that, right, Al?
The internet, he's right, but he didn't help invent the World Wide Web, which is what everybody thinks the internet is.
Did you know that England did not get land invaded, from what I've heard, during World War II? Maybe one?
England? Yeah, I don't think they ever got. Yeah,
Well, they got bombed.
Yeah.
Did they get bombed?
Yeah.
In World War II, yeah. London
They
got bombed.
did. Yeah,
like,
London
incessantly.
did. Yeah.
Yeah.
You asked me about war. That's about all I heard recently, so I thought I'd share that.
Yeah, no, they didn't quite get to taking the boats across and setting foot on England, but they definitely bombed them a lot.
Yeah.
But this is not usually a history podcast. So.
Sorry, I took every history course I could in college and
No,
school.
it's all right. We digress and we ramble. I'm going to get us back on track by asking a question.